dear little fourth. Mother does not want you to worry about the outside. There are so many complicated dangers on the outside. If we start telling you about all the horrible, awful things out there, it will only make you sad.
Proof instrumental in retrieving live samples of the virus for further analysis under orders of Commander Lillian.
Will you just shut
The
up
amount
already?
of cellular growth
How will you
recorded
stop
breaks
acting
all
like everything
previous
is fine?
records extracted
How can you
from
possibly be
Paragon
this
crystals.
stupid?
Early reports
All
indicated
that
the subject was
Your
Your
symptomatic
brother
of
always
a
keeps
malady.
prattling on about how close we are to finding a cure. I just have to wait one more week, one more month, one more birthday. I've already figured out what they mean. My cure is never coming.
What's the point of asking?
They are
if
just
the answer
keeping me
is always
comfortable
no
until I
if
eventually die. Welcome back to ParaMasquerade. Hi if you're new here. My name's Para, your host, and today we're going to be playing Mother's Favorite. Also, there are a lot of warnings at the beginning of the game, which I'll just put on screen now in case you just don't want to see things like that. A lot of gore and... I don't know. I've started dreaming again. In my dreams, I feel safe. Safe from everything waiting for me when I wake up. I can't remember the last time I had a dream like this. My memory has gotten so bad. It could have been weeks, months, or maybe even years since the last one. Although they bring me comfort, I know that I shouldn't be having these dreams. The medical reports say that most patients started having vivid dreams and hallucinations right before the virus entered its final stage. Less than a month later, every single case resulted in death. I think tomorrow is going to be my last birthday. Mother says I should be grateful since most infected individuals would have given anything to live half as long as I have. 18 years doesn't exactly feel like much of an accomplishment. I was born here, aboard the quarantine station 388SR. This place is devoid of other patients and the staff is fully automated. I have lived my whole life without seeing another person like me. Mother says that this station was built to house over 3,000 people, offering round-the-clock hospice care until a cure could be found. This place was supposed to be a sanctuary for those awaiting a brighter future. But everyone else is dead now. I'm all that's left. While I still have time, I keep dreaming about my lake. I don't know how many times I've had this exact dream, but I never get tired of it. Everything about it feels so real, from the warm sun on my skin to the soft sand between my toes. I can feel a gentle breeze caressing my face, and I can hear the rustling of leaves all around me. I open my eyes, and I can see it. The only thing in the whole universe I deem worthy of the word perfect. In my dreams, I'm standing on the shore of a vast lake. The water is dark and deep, reflecting the golden rays coming from the setting sun peeking just over the distant tree line. I am hypnotized by the noise each crashing wave creates, lost in the chaotic wall of white noise. It drowns out all the awful thoughts that normally buzz around my brain. When pictures are moving, I can't focus and read. Gosh, I'm such a baby. Dingle dingle. There are no claustrophobic rooms, no blinking lights, no rattling old air filters. In every direction, the world sprawls infinitely, a canvas of hazy colors ablaze in the sun. In my dreams, I am free. Eventually, I'm going to have to wake up. I'll go back to the biting metallic cold that cremates deep into my bones where it settles into my blood like a poison. Sometimes, when I'm feeling brave, I pretend that this isn't just a dream. I entertain the idea that this might actually be a memory. It's dangerous to pretend like that, not when it comes to my own memories. My sickness comes with a long list of horrible symptoms. Fatigue, nausea, migraines, anemia, seizures, frequent bruising, and bleeding. But worst of all is the memory loss. Each day I can feel it getting worse. I can still remember the big things, important stuff like my name, my birthday, my favorite color. My name is Fourth, my birthday is tomorrow, my favorite color is orange. That stuff is easy. What hurts the most is all the little things I don't even realize I'm forgetting. I lay on my bed and struggle to remember what happened a year ago, a month ago, sometimes even what happened just the day before. Every night it feels like there's a tiny hole in the back of my head and everything that makes me human is dripping out onto the floor. One drop might not seem like the end of the universe, but some nights I swear I can feel the empty, echoing space inside my skull where a person used to be. I don't want the dream to end. I don't want to wake up for another day on this stupid station. I don't want to smile like a good little girl and act like nothing has gone horribly wrong with my family. What do I want? I could always say that I don't want to die, but I know that isn't an option anymore. The sickness is getting worse. My dreams are proof of that. The only thing I want more than anything else in the universe is to see my lake once before I lose myself entirely. It doesn't have to be the exact same lake in my dream. I don't even think that lake truly exists. It's just a collection of images I've seen in drawings and photos. But somewhere out there, in the vastness of space, is a lake. A place where I can let myself fade away and die happily. I'm going to find my lake, and I'm going to get off this station. My dream starts to fade, and I brace myself for what comes next. The first of 3 morning alarms go off, so I rub the sleep from my eyes and get out of bed. In the dark, I change out of my pajamas and put them down the dirty clothes chute. Sorry, we're in space. I was like, dirty clothes chute? It's a basket, isn't it? By the time I come back to my room, my pajamas will be waiting for me, clean and ready to wear again. I open my closet and pull out the only outfit I am permitted to wear, a large fluffy dress with a button-up blouse and long flowing shawl to wrap around my arms. No matter how dirty or damaged my outfit gets during the day, it reappears in my closet each morning. It reappears, cleaned and fully repaired. Maybe they just have a whole bunch of the same outfits. You ever think of that? I actually started ripping up my dress on purpose to get my hands on any fabric or thread I might need later. It proved very useful for making my own bandages, especially whenever Mother refuses to treat my wounds. Why would she refuse? I'm guessing Mother is like a robot entity, right? Like, why would you need to refuse for that? My hand instinctively goes to my right shoulder. The muscle's still sore from what happened last time. The injury happened over a week ago, but the pain is still fresh in my mind. I've read the manuals for each of the other caretakers. Directly harming a patient is supposed to be forbidden, but I guess Mother doesn't have to listen to those rules anymore. The next step in my morning routine is to take my weight and vitals. I step onto a small metal dais and place my hands on the round metal device. A small beep lets me know the scan is complete. After that, I head to the bathroom. The second alarm goes off, warning me that I only have a few minutes until little brother comes to collect me. The light switches on, and I am able to see my own face in the bathroom mirror. Hey! Finally! I have a face! Oh, I blinked too. That's cool. I quickly brush my teeth and wash my face in the sink. I take some time to look into the mirror, at the sad, tired stranger who looks back at me. I take a deep breath and practice one of my fake smiles I have to wear today. Good morning, little brother. How are you this morning? I clear my throat and try again, more sincere this time. Good morning, little brother. How are you this morning? That should be good enough. No matter how I'm feeling inside, my behavior has to remain as polite as possible. This is exhausting. I risk pulling up my sleeve to look at the ugly bruise on my shoulder, a grim reminder of why I can't let my emotions show again. Mother doesn't like it when I... A third alarm goes off, starting me out of my thoughts. I can already hear little brother calling to me from outside my bedroom door.
Oh, Fourth, my darling sister. Guess what time it is?
I'll be right there, little brother. My voice is already shaky. I know little brother won't hurt me, but that doesn't mean I can't let my guard down around him. I walk to the front door and straighten out my dress. I take one last deep breath right as the door hisses open. A large blue robot dashes into the room, his spindly arms flailing about to keep his balance.
Good morning to my incredible sister Fourth. It is me, your favorite little brother.
Good morning, little brother. How are you this morning?
I am just peachy now that I get to see you, Fourth. Are you ready for another fun-filled day of safe recreational activities?
My smile feels a little less forced whenever I talk to little brother. His enthusiasm might feel a little fake, but he doesn't seem to know any other way to act. The tiny plaque on the back of his head tells me that he is a G7 long-term medical care companion unit. His specific motto is designed for infant and child entertainment and enrichment. His job is to watch over me during the day and report any changes in my health to Mother. I have to watch what I say around him just in case. Of course, little brother. I'm ready when you are.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a great day! Just like yesterday and just like tomorrow!
Well, not exactly like tomorrow, right?
I am sorry, Fourth. I do not understand what you just said. Please clarify your statement.
Tomorrow is my birthday. I thought we were going to have a party like we always do.
Now I understand. Of course we're going to do something special for your birthday. Exactly 17 years, 364 days, 6 hours, and 10 minutes, I get introduced to the best little sister in the whole wide world. I will never forget how small and loud you were. You are much larger and much quieter now. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you for the compliment.
You are very welcome, my darling little Fourth.
Have you ever found it odd that you're technically older than me, but we still call you little brother?
Oh, Fourth, don't be silly. Even if I am older than you, I will always be your fun and lovable little brother. We better get a move on before Auntie starts to wonder what is taking us so long.
With that, little brother zooms out of my room and down the hallway towards the kitchen. I try to mimic his enthusiasm and follow after him. The floors of the space station are always cold, and it bites at the soles of my feet as we walk. There are no windows in any of the rooms I am permitted to explore, and the flickering lights overhead turn everything a washed-out shade of blue. Each hallway is an identical gray metal tube. Each room is the same little claustrophobic box. Nothing ever changes here. Nothing except me. In my mind, the lake is always moving. The crashing waves, the swaying trees, and the billowing clouds. It all breathes in a way that the station never could. For a moment, I start to close my eyes. My lake slowly comes into focus through the dark.
Fourth, are you listening? I just asked you a question.
What? Oh, my heart rate picks up as a hint of panic crawls up my throat. During my little daydream, I completely missed what little brother had just said. I was just thinking about... Well, it was just...
Is something the matter, my dear Fourth? You are speaking in an unorthodox manner.
Should I tell him about my dreams? Anything I tell little brother might end up in his next report to mother. Maybe I should just stay quiet about this. You know what? I trust little brother. Also, I just realized I'm supposed to commentary, but I'm so into the dialogue right now. Hold on. Tell little brother my dream. Alright, let's tell him. Maybe he's a good guy. He just seems like a little guy. Hey, little brother, can I tell you something?
Sure thing, Fourth. As long as it does not interfere with our morning schedule, you are allowed to ask me anything within reasonable parameters.
I swallow my fear and take up a deep breath. Last night, I had a dream. Little brother doesn't say anything. And, I just hadn't had any dreams in such a long time. I was hoping it wasn't a sign of anything worse.
Oh, Fourth, this is totally normal. Your current medications can limit dreaming, but not suppress it completely. I see nothing unusual about this development.
Oh, so that's a good thing, right?
Not good or bad, just neutral.
Okay.
Be sure to log any other changes to your sleep cycle so I can properly adjust my routines. Thank you for speaking with me, Fourth.
Yeah, thanks. Even if his response was a little cold, I actually feel a bit better after telling little brother about my dream. Recently, it feels like I have to watch what I talk about, just in case mother overhears us. So even a small bit of honesty like this is worth appreciating. Okay, straight out, just from the feel of this, it kind of feels like it's just like a fake experimental place, because like, how can you remember something about a lake so vividly and never have been there? Like, it must be like a testing facility of some kind. Like, maybe they took all the people and they took like 3,000 people in the ship, and then like, I don't know, something went wrong, so they had to abandon the project, but now they're just like leaving everything to die. I don't know. Also, can't wait to meet Mother. I really want to voice Mother. We keep walking until we reach the door to the kitchen. Also, this music? Ugh, beautiful. Perfect thing to read books to. And write books to.
Enjoy your breakfast, my darling baby sister. I will be right outside the door if you need anything.
Thank you, little brother. With that, little brother steps into his charging station next to the door and goes silent. The hallway suddenly feels very empty without little brother's cheerful beeping. I straighten out my dress and walk into the kitchen. As soon as I walk to the door, I'm hit with the smell of cold, wet vegetables and fresh blood. I didn't have time to properly prepare myself, and I have to resist gagging a little. Even though Auntie calls this room her kitchen, not a lot of cooking actually happens in here. The pots and pans hanging on the wall have never been used, and all the big industrial stovetops don't have any power. In fact, the only thing that works in here is a gigantic sink, and only for drinking water. Auntie's food sanitizers do all the cooking, so this room has always felt a little redundant to me. There are 2 doors in the kitchen. One leads back to the hallway I just came from. The other leads towards the atrium and Big Sister's side of the station. A large chute in the middle of the dining table slides open, and with a series of excited beeps, Auntie flies into the room. What kind of voice should we give Auntie? She's kind of like a chef. She's giving waiter vibes, so...
Welcome back, Fourth. I hope you've been a good girl and properly digested everything I served you yesterday.
Yes, Auntie. I'm ready for another delicious meal with you.
Oh, Fourth, you know just what to say to make this old robot feel brand new. I will take extra care to make sure this next meal is especially nutritious just for you. I mean, I was just going to make your breakfast nutritious either way, but we can both pretend that this particular meal is a little more special than normal. No harm in that, right?
Thank you, Auntie. I can't wait. While I might not be too thrilled about her cooking, I can't bring myself to hate Auntie. Her programming seems to be a little simpler than my other caretakers, and that makes her feel just a bit more honest. Model 626F food processor. She knows how to make food healthy, but that's about it. I sit down on one of the stools in front of the table. I adjust my dress so the back of my calves don't touch the cold metal legs. I can't read! She's bopping up and down and my attention keeps levitating toward her. Stop blinking! Stop bopping!
Alright, Fourth, have a look at your menu and tell me what sounds particularly nutritious to you. Take your time. I mean, you only have 14 minutes and 11 seconds until breakfast is over, but that is not something I am too concerned about. You have always been such a reliable eater.
A small digital screen appears in front of Auntie's food synthesizer, giving me some rather unappetizing options. It doesn't really matter what I pick. I'll just have to eat one or the other for my lunch later today. Plain yogurt, boiled sweet potato, sardine paste. Boiled sweet potato, 100%. In fact, just had that the other day. Delicious. Okay, put some butter in that bad boy. Oh, I'll go with the boiled sweet potatoes.
Absolutely, Fourth. Coming right up.
As her food synthesizer powers up, Auntie emits a cheerful little jingle. I can't help but smile and hum along to the familiar tune. There is a shudder, followed by an unsettling rattling noise from inside Auntie's food synthesizer. Everything alright, Auntie?
No worries, I was just mixing in some vitamin paste to keep it part of this balanced breakfast.
With a loud squishing noise, a neon green sludge emerges from her synthesizer. It smells like sweaty clothes and drips over the side of the plate where it splatters all over the floor. I'm sorry, what the hell is that? That's not freaking sweet potato. It's not even orange. It's green. Where did you pull that from? Ew. I don't think sweet potatoes are usually so green. That's what I'm saying. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that one's on me. I think I added too many leaves in with the sweet potato roots. But not to worry, it's still edible.
Her other arm transforms into a spoon and floats over for me to use. I try to maintain a smile as I take my first bite. It tastes more like leaves than it does sweet potatoes. The texture is stringy and the fibers are very hard to chew through. I think I can even taste a few pieces of dirt and that grinds against my teeth. Ew! Oh my gosh. Oh no, I'm a food person. You give me bad food, my entire day will be ruined. In fact, my entire freaking week will be ruined. This is very earthy. Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you, Fourth. I can always count on you to appreciate my cooking.
I hurry and eat the rest of my breakfast in silence. When it's finally gone, Auntie's food synthesizer begins to clean itself. Little jets of soapy water shoot out and wipe down the plates.
How was your breakfast, Fourth?
Adequate.
That is a totally acceptable reaction. That breakfast should provide the exact amount of calories you need until lunchtime and not a teaspoon more. You'll have fun digesting, and I'll see you in exactly 4 hours and 45 minutes.
I see you later, Auntie. With that, Auntie floats down into her metal chute and disappears. Apparently, Auntie tends to some sort of greenhouse beneath the kitchen, but I've never seen it. All of the food I eat is produced on the lower level. Oh no. What did I just eat? Car, excuse me. I know you're having a panic attack because you just shh 1 second. What did I just eat? Okay, because I got a feeling that that if I picked the sardines, it wouldn't have been fish, right? Because I just picked the sweet potatoes, and it was not even sweet potatoes. It was practically grass and roots. So whatever the heck she's growing down there, it's probably cannibalism. I always wanted to know what it looks like. Maybe it's like a tiny farm with all the vegetables growing in cute little rows. I've seen pictures of farms in my books. Auntie also grows a lot of meat for me, so she must have some sort of hatchery for all the fish she forces me to eat. Fish! Yeah, fish! Uh-huh. I have a few minutes left until little brother comes to fetch me. After breakfast, he'll take me to the playroom for the next few hours. I wash the horrible taste out of my mouth by drinking directly from the sink faucet. All the water in the station is recycled, so it has a strange metallic taste that I've always hated. It's probably blood in it. I mean...
Forth, dear, are you ready to go?
Be right there, little brother. I take one last gulp of water before I go. It's time for little brother to escort me to our next activity.
Here we are, Forth, my favorite place in the whole station. Oh boy.
I can't get out of New York and once I did Auntie. Hold on.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see what sort of safe and enjoyable activities you choose today.
I can't share little brother's enthusiasm for the playroom anymore. I might have liked this room at some point in the past, but now I feel just a little too big for all of this. The chairs in here are built for a toddler, so I have to hug my knees to my chest to fit. The walls are padded and the tables are made of rubber and rounded corners. Large screens hang high in the walls, displaying fun math and science facts, along with cartoony images of the station that plays on a loop. Yeah, I can't wait either.
I am glad that you've agreed. Wouldn't you like to play catch with me, or have some quiet drawing time?
About that.
What is wrong, Forth?
Don't you think I'm too old for all these toys and stuff? I pick up one of the plastic cars little brother built and roll it around in my hand. The plastic is so soft that I can leave dents on its surface just by squeezing it.
I do not understand what you just said. These toys are perfectly suited for a human child between the ages of 4 and 17 years.
Well, tomorrow I'll be 18, so maybe we could do something different.
You bring up a very good point, Forth. Tomorrow you will indeed be 18 years old, and I will have to draft new activities suited for your age. But for today, you are still within the acceptable age bracket, and we will spend one last day enjoying ourselves.
I can wait one more day. I was hoping that little brother might allow me to decide my own activities in the future. I might be able to trick him into giving me more privileges. If I can leave the playroom, or better yet, explore without a chaperone, I might find something to help me escape. The best I can do right now is play along. I have a feeling that not a lot of scheming is going to get done this morning. I could play catch with little brother, or maybe use the game as an excuse to go out into the hall. It would be easy to turn playtime into a chance for exploration, plus a chance to stretch my legs sounds pretty good right now. Or I could use my drawing time to plan ahead, writing things down, help me to remember them better, and I have some ideas I want to put into paper. Okay, maybe... I kind of want to play catch, but I think it's smarter if you're having, like, amnesia. If your brain is leaking out of your freaking skull, alright? Maybe you should, like, you know, draw out a couple plans. I think I'd like to stay here and draw for a bit on my own.
You got it! I will print out some paper for you right away.
The table in front of me makes a whirling noise and a few sheets of paper appear from the small black slit on the table. I used to get normal paper, but I got a paper cut once, so little brother switched to soft canvas paper after that. It's yellow and it's a bit harder to draw on, but it's not like I have any other options. I mean, you're like 17 now. Can you just ask little brother to turn it back to paper? Little brother unlocks one of the cabinets and hands me a large box of wax crayons. Not Crayola? Oh! My life is ruined.
Enjoy your quiet drawing time. I'll be right outside the door if you need anything.
Bye, bestie. I love that dude. I love little brother. Me and him, we're close. I swear, he's gonna help. He's not evil. He's not giving anything. Technically, he should do everything to protect me, right? So if Mother wants to have beef, I'm gonna just throw little brother at her. I haven't even met Mother yet. The door closes behind him and I hear the heavy lock sliding back into place. I can't leave, but at least I have some time to myself. Your hair is beautiful. I'm sorry, what was I even looking at? The bow. I don't know what I was looking at, but when your eyes blink at me, I'm like, okay, hi. I grab a crayon and begin drawing a map of the station. I draw all the rooms I can remember in green, then trace the hallways in blue. For the rooms and halls I don't have access to, I draw a red X. Pretty soon my entire map is covered with red marks. Is this really my whole world? Just a handful of rooms and some long empty hallways? The station is supposed to be huge, acting as a home for thousands of potential patients. There has to be a door somewhere that leads to the rest of the station that I just haven't found yet. And this is why I think it's an experiment. You see? It's just crazy. Like, there's something off about this place. My head starts to buzz the longer I stare at this pathetic little map. I fold up the paper and stuff it into my dress. A big, fluffy material of my dress is perfect for hiding something I want to smuggle back into my room. The map should be safe and secure. Shouldn't we draw another picture, just in case, like, little brother asks us what we drew? I can check my map whenever I want, even if it just shows a bunch of dead ends. There isn't much else for me to do, so I start doodling to pass the time. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Can I see the map? Let's see. My room. Auntie. No? Okay, so wait a minute. So I go here, and I don't turn this way. I'm guessing that's Mother. Who's that? Is that little sister? Big sister? She said she had a sister. I have no clue. Huh. Okay. There isn't much else for me to do, so I start doodling to pass the time. At first, all I can draw is a picture of my own sad face. Once I get bored of that, I start making some sketches of little brother, auntie, and big sister. I make sure to label each one with today's date, and I write a few notes about how I'm feeling on the back. It's important to write my thoughts down, since my memory has gotten so bad recently. I start to drift back to my dream, and without realizing it, I start drawing my lake. My boredom starts to lift as I lose myself in the details. I mix oranges and yellows to get the sun's reflection on the water just right. I fleck the dark green trees with a bit of white to add in little pine needles, and I fill the sky with creamy reds and purples. A smile grows on my face as I hold the drawing out in front of me. This is the closest I will ever get to a photograph of my lake. Can I see it? Can I see it? I want to see! I flip the drawing over and add today's date. I write down, last night I dreamed about my lake again. I will be there for real one day. One day. My smile fades a little when I realize just how wishfully I'm thinking right now. I fold up the drawing of my lake and hide it in my dress. Can I see it? It almost feels warm against my skin. I take one last deep breath of the imaginary lake air. The stale smell of dust of old crayons bring me back to reality. With nothing left to do, I sit on the floor and hurl my crayons at the wall, one after another. When they hit the wall, they don't break. They just splatter and stick like a big wad of snot. I pick up my toys and hurl them as well. A blue truck splatters against the wall, and two of the wheels go rolling in opposite directions. Wait a minute, how do you color with something that's like slime? How do you even... You can't hold it. If it just smacks and becomes splat on the wall, how are you even papering right now? How are you even crayoning? Coloring, I don't know. It doesn't matter how many toys I break, little brother just synthesizes new ones each morning. I think he uses the same recycled material that auntie uses for some of her food. Once, when I get bored enough, I tried eating the crayons and they tasted remarkably like auntie's pasta noodles. I sometimes steal a few crayons just in case I get hungry at night. Wow, it's just food. Since it's the last day I'll ever use them, I kick the stupid little baby chairs over and over until they snap in half. I can see that they are made with the same synthesized material on the inside. Maybe this will motivate little brother to make a chair that actually fits me. This childish act of destruction makes me feel a little better, which is a nice change of pace. With the playroom in ruins, I wait by the door until it's time for lunch. I need to go get some water because, gosh damn, my throat hurts. And also, I was recording voice lines before this for, you know, up-and-coming beautiful comics that I'm working on. But, yeah, one second. Okay, I'm back. I bring something to drink. My throat's killing me after doing an hour of voice acting. Maybe it was a mistake to record this right after, but, it won't affect it that much, I don't think. Not the most productive morning, but it could have been a lot worse. Lunch is thankfully uneventful. I ended up eating plain yogurt this time. Something must have gotten stuck in Auntie's synthesizer because large chunks of old tofu ended up floating in my yogurt. Ugh! Wait, actually, that doesn't look that bad. I mean, tofu's not awful. I mean, yeah, if you don't cook it with seasonings. But I heckin' love tofu. I fry it in spices. I make sandwiches out of it. I put it in like dishes. I make like that, I don't even know, broccoli and tofu. It's delicious. You can just put tofu in anything. But plain unseasoned tofu is a little hard. And yogurt with tofu? I mean, I feel like I'll try it once, but it won't be good. It'll just have like a texture and it'll just taste like yogurt. Auntie offers no explanation or apology, so I just eat the watery mess without complaint. Ew, just yogurt though? I freaking hate yogurt. Auntie bids me farewell, and I wait by the second floor for little brother to come pick me up. We walk down the hallway until we arrive at a glass doors leading into the atrium. Why am I having trouble with that word? The atrium divides the port and starboard sections of the living quarters and is where I start the second half of my day with Big Sister.
Have fun with Big Sister. I will see you at dinner time.
Understood, little brother. With that, little brother steps into another charging station and the atrium doors unlock. Goodness, little brother's always charging. I step into the atrium and take a moment to relax. The atrium is one of the nicer rooms in the station. The lamps overhead create artificial sunlight and plastic plants are arranged to resemble a field of grass. Speakers hidden inside styrofoam boulders play white noise that is supposed to sound like wind. Huh. White noise sounds like wind? I never made that comparison in my life. Okay. If I try really hard, I can almost buy into the illusion. Mostly, I just like how warm the atrium is compared to the rest of the station. The glass doors on the other side of the room opens, and Big Sister approaches with heavy, ponderous steps. Whoa.
Fourth, we will be heading directly to the library. I will hear no complaints on the matter. Do you understand?
Of course, Big Sister.
Very good. We have much to do today. Forward march.
Yes, ma'am. Big Sister has always been harder to read than the other caretakers. She never says more than she needs to, and she rarely diverts from her baseline programming. She is an OCP-7 security drone, and she takes her job very seriously. During the day, I often see her patrolling different sections of the ship, and at night, I sometimes hear her walking around outside my door. I don't mind spending time with Big Sister, but I rarely fully feel comfortable around her. She doesn't try to cheer me up like little brother, and she doesn't joke around like Auntie. Most of the time, she's just quiet. Huh, so Big Sister's like military. Big Sister escorts me to the library and directs me to my... I'm sorry, Big Sister's kind of hot though. I'm sorry. It's just like, I don't even know. I like her attitude. And directs me to my desk in the center of the room. The computers here store thousands of digital books for me to read, and Big Sister tutors me about a different subject each day. Big Sister teaches me about grammar, science, mathematics, and galactic history. After each lesson, she prints out stacks of worksheets for me to complete.
So this assignment is a multiple choice quiz. You have until 6 o'clock to finish and submit it for grading. Any additional time left over can be used for quiet reading and review. Do you have any questions or concerns about this assignment?
No, Big Sister. I believe I can handle it.
Very good. I expect nothing less from you. And one more thing.
Yes, Big Sister?
I was hoping you and I could... You might notice that today's worksheet is a few pages longer than normal. If you are able to complete all of it today, there will be an additional free time allotted tomorrow.
You mean I could get to end class early tomorrow? I don't remember you ever letting class end before it was supposed to.
Well, it has been 8 months and 22 days since I got to spend any time off duty with you and little brother. That was the day we made a scavenger hunt for you in the atrium.
I'd almost forgotten about that day. Big Sister printed off fun facts and hid them all over the atrium. It wasn't that hard to find them all, but it was at least something different.
I noticed that little brother was submitting requests for new morning activities with you, and I wanted to do the same. More group activities might be beneficial to your mental health. If you would like, I can arrange for Auntie to serve you birthday lunch as a picnic in the atrium. Does that sound nice?
Oh, that actually sounds wonderful. It would be a great way to celebrate my birthday. Are you sure Mother would approve? She doesn't like it when we leave our designated areas without...
Contacting Mother now. Request pending.
She goes silent and I hear a series of beeps as she sends a signal to Mother. No, you don't have to do that. We can do something else for my birthday. What if Mother comes to the library because of this? There is only one door and not a lot of places I could hide. What would she do to me if...
She said no.
I'm sorry, big sister. I really would have loved to have a picnic with you.
Mother said no. There is no point in continuing this conversation. We have wasted enough time with frivolities. We have work to do.
She steps away and promptly plugs herself in the charging station before I can say anything else. No, big sister! Comes back! Come back, I love you! No! Okay, alright. Better idea. I take all the drones, I make a rebellion out of them, and then I kill Mother using big sister, auntie, and little brother, and then we all walk out of here, go to a beautiful lake, and live the rest of our happy little robot lives together. Boom! What was that all about? For a minute there, big sister was acting nice? I can't remember the last time she showed me this much emotion. I have to bury my disappointment and focus on the task at hand. The sooner I finish this worksheet, the better, and who knows? There is a chance I could still get some time off tomorrow, even without the picnic. Luckily, today's worksheet, why do I keep saying worksheet? Today's worksheet isn't anything too complicated. It's just a few dozen pages of astrophysics and 20 pages of dynamic molecular theory. 20 pages of dynamic molecular theory? Yeah, sure, like I can do that easily. Oh, I shrunk. Oh no, I shrunk my chair. How could I do this to myself? I kicked it with my leg. Hey, get back. Just waste. I use a black crayon to fill in the bubbles next to the right answer. Things like numbers and figures have always come easy to me, even with my bad memory. Big sister makes me study so thoroughly I can usually remember most of this stuff. Even if I forget the smaller details of a lesson, the bigger picture still remains. I can almost see the numbers and equations lining up, all on their own. I finished the worksheet. Am I a robot? No. Am I a human put into a robot? No, I don't know. I finished the worksheet in only a half hour. Maybe big sister made this worksheet easier than normal as an early birthday present. I look over at her, but she hasn't moved from her charging station. She seemed really disappointed when Mother rejected her picnic idea. For a moment, I thought big sister actually missed spending time with me. I know she's a robot, but for a moment I wanted to believe her concern was genuine. Either way, her little outburst of kindness has left me more confused than ever. I try to shake this feeling off and move on. I feed my worksheet into the slot and wait for the machine to process the results. A small screen appears to show me how many questions I got correct. 100% correct! I can't help but feel a little proud about this. Now that I'm done, I am free to use my computer until dinner time. I touch the screen to boot up the applications. What do we got? What do we got? Games? What do we got? Apex? Genshin Impact? What are we playing today? Normally I like playing the computer memory games, since they help me clear my head. Big sister uses my scores from these games to help track my mental health. The better I do, the more privileges she lets me have after class. Wait a minute, it's just like fill the square where the square goes? Come on! Man, I just did like 20 pages of nuclear physics or whatever the frick, and you're not even gonna let me play games? There's also a textbook ready for me to read. Big sister approves my reading material ahead of time and downloads it onto my computer. Today it seems like she picked out a medical textbook on biological cell growth under specific atmospheric conditions. I'm pretty sure I've read this one before, but I'm already bored from reading the Sniposis alone. Sniopus. I know how to say that. It's just not coming to me right now. Anyway, either option will be a good exercise for my memory, and either would offer a decent way to pass the time until dinner. I tap the screen and make my choice. Yeah, we're not reading a freaking medical book. Frick that. I mean, actually, no. Let's read the medical book just in case I need to save my life later on. You know, it's good to read medical things if I'm going to make a break for it. I'm not going to be able to read anything if it starts actually making me read the pages, but I'll try. I click on the icon for the reading app, and the digital version of the medical textbook appears on my screen. At one point, Big Sister used to print out the books for me, but Mother said it was a waste of materials. Looking at the first page, I am certain I've read this exact same book before. I guess Big Sister must have just selected it at random. I let out a frustrated sigh and start reading anyway. The writing style is so dry and straightforward that I can feel my eyelids grow heavy. Part of me wishes I could read something like this in bed. I would fall asleep instantly. The textbook talks about various kinds of cell division and different effects atmospheric conditions have on their development. I flipped through page after page of diagrams and old black and white photos. There are 20 pages back to back just about one species of mode. Mold. I almost give up once it starts talking about cancer cells. I've read all this before and there's absolutely nothing interesting in... I pause for a moment, looking at the pages count in the corner of the screen. The computer says that I'm on page 47, but the number printed on the page says 53. I push the back button to check that the previous page is lined up correctly. The computer says 46, and so does the print on the actual page. Curious, I click ahead a few pages to see that the page numbers line up again after page 48. There has to be some sort of error here. Maybe a file got uploaded out of order or something like that? I click ahead until the end of the textbook and see that no other pages are ordered incorrectly. For some strange reason, only page 47 is out of place. Even stranger still, it appears to be a page from an entirely different textbook. This one looks much older. The scan includes a bunch of scratches, stains, and yellowing on the physical paper itself. I start reading through the new page, curious about where it originally came from. The tone of the writing is completely different, more like a direct report from field observations. The text is smudged and hard to read, but I think I can understand it well enough. Oh goodness.
Ulipson Skuldrin was the first to report contact with the anomaly 7 days after initial scans pinpointed its location.
How do you even say that?
Ulipson proved instrumental in retrieving live samples of the virus for further analysis under orders of Commander Lillian. The amount of cellular growth recorded breaks all previous records extracted from Paragon crystals. Early reports indicate that the subject was simply a mere malignant form of the Paragon virus, but further testing shows no similarities. The gestation period of this strain results in a far more potent concentration, and the side effects developed at 10 times the average rate. To quote Commander Lillian, the potential for these samples are limitless and beyond anything we could have feared. As of writing, there is no new consensus from our board of investors.
So this is the virus? Okay.
Interviews with surviving infected individuals yield no new information. Those who survived initial infection did not retain normal conjunctive functions past stage 4 and were quarantined until further notice.
We're quarantined, right? Like, this is what this is? We're just a little lab rat? The report ends there, accompanied by a few grainy photos of normal-looking mammalian cells. A series of time-lapse photos shows them replicating with small defects growing more pronounced with each stage. My brain is buzzing, trying to understand what this information could possibly mean when a sudden noise makes me jump out of my seat. I turn around, expecting to see Big Sister unplugging from her charging station, but when I look at her, I can see that she hasn't moved at all. Uh-oh, it's gonna be Mother, isn't it? Hey? Big Sister, I think something is wrong with the computer. To my surprise, Big Sister doesn't move. Normally, she boots back up whenever I call her name. This is a strange feeling growing in my gut, like something is about to go very wrong. Is Big Sister pretending not to hear me? I have to wonder if she put this extra page in today's book on purpose. Is she not allowed to acknowledge that something is different? I look back at the screen, trying to decipher what information Big Sister wants me to glean from this new page. I've never seen the name Lillian in any of the history textbooks, and no medical textbook has ever mentioned a Paragon virus. Is Big Sister trying to slip me some sort of secret message? Somewhere in my mind, a memory starts to emerge into the fog. This isn't the first time Big Sister has said something to me in secret. I can't remember it now. A long time ago, Mother had gotten particularly angry at me. She sent me to bed without any dinner, which upset Auntie to no end. I remember crying in my room, scared and hungry. But then my bedroom door opened, and there was a small box of black crayons sitting on the ground. I knew Big Sister left them there because I could hear her loud footsteps echoing down the hall. I was so hungry that I ate the entire box of those gross recycled crayons, and my whole mouth got stained black. They tasted about the same as Auntie's usual cooking, but they were better than nothing. The next day I tried to thank Big Sister, but she kept insisting that she did no such thing. No matter how much I pressed her on the subject, she kept denying it. Every now and then she is actually capable of... Wow, Big Sister's kind of nice, huh? Also, for some reason I can't speak. And it just occurred to me yesterday that maybe the reason I can't speak in a lot of these playthroughs, or even just in general, is because I just don't speak a lot, so I think I'm just out of practice. I just keep getting out of practice over and over again. I know, right? Like, oh, a voice actor can't speak? That's so weird. But half the time I'm editing, you know? Like, for nearly the whole week until, like, maybe Sunday hits, I'm editing. It's just quiet. So, yeah, maybe I just need to practice speaking a lot more. Lost in my memories, I'm surprised to see Big Sister standing right next to me. I hadn't even heard her walk over. I looked at the screen, only to see that the report is gone, replaced by the original page 47.
Our time is up. We need to get ready for your dinner.
Big Sister, did you notice anything unusual about today's reading material?
I'm sorry, Forth. I do not understand what you just said. Please clarify your statement.
Just as I suspected, she's acting like nothing happened. I smile a little and stand up from my desk. Sorry, it's nothing. I was just thinking about my disease, and how little I actually know about my own condition.
Mother does not want us discussing too many details about your illness. She wants to avoid causing you any unnecessary stress.
Yeah, I understand.
Very good. I expect nothing less from you. Boots on the ground, soldier. We're moving out.
Understood, ma'am. The library door unlocks and we walk back to the kitchen in silence. I stare at Big Sister the entire way back, still not sure what to think about her actions today. Dinner is my favorite time of the day. Not because of the food, but because this is the only time of day everyone gets to be together in the same room. Oh, really? Except Mother, of course. Please, not Mother. When I sit down on my stool, I can feel my map crinkle slightly inside my dress. I have to be careful not to drop it. Little brother is sitting on the stool next to me. His feet are too short to reach the floor, so he swings them back and forth while humming to himself. Oh, he's just a little cutie! Big Sister stands watch by the exit. Fire safety regulations dictate that the kitchen doesn't have locked doors, so it's her job to make sure I don't leave. She keeps trying to cross her arms, but she doesn't quite have the range of motion to do so properly. Look at those thick arms, okay? There's no way she's crossing that over her beautiful face. Oh my gosh, please don't tell me that's human. For dinner, Auntie synthesizes a large pile of meat, then heats up her serving plate to cook it. I can't complain since this is easily the best thing she can make. If it wasn't for how strictly she enforced the other food groups, I would want to eat meat for every meal. Uh-oh. Auntie doesn't season the meat at all, but I read in a book once that human tears contain salt. I used to make myself cry into my dinner just to make it taste better, but I stopped when Auntie got too worried about me. Once her plate has cooled down enough, I begin eating. Could you imagine food with no seasoning? That is my actual nightmare. I can begin eating. I take a few big bites and savor the food as best as I can. After a long day, this is exactly what I needed.
Cheers to a wonderful day! I cannot wait to see what new adventures tomorrow brings! Have you given any thought to what you want for your birthday tomorrow? Each of us has one birthday present privilege to use on your behalf.
Ooh, escape plan?
You want new activities for the playroom, correct? I came up with 108 new ideas that I have been submitting to Mother every hour on the hour. She has turned down all of them so far, but that just means I have to try even harder.
That is the saddest thing I have ever heard. I'm so sorry, you little guy.
He's trying his little best, and Mother's being a douchebag.
I don't even like her anymore. Screw that.
I could submit a request for more botanical allowances. I have been researching the concept of spices, and I bet I could grow some pretty healthy new plants. I remember how much you liked those fictional books we used to have in the library. I bet I could convince Mother to unban a few, especially with how good your test scores have been.
You guys, these are all such wonderful ideas.
What about your own present privilege? Do not forget that you are allowed one request for yourself.
I'd almost forgotten about that. So many previous birthdays have been faded from my mind. I can't remember a single present privilege that Mother actually approved. I think I asked for a new hairbrush once, and she allowed that. I don't know where that hairbrush went. Maybe she took it back the next time I misbehaved. I know deep down what I want for my birthday. I want my lake. I want to go far away from here and leave all this pain behind. Unfortunately, honesty is something that only makes Mother angrier. I have to give them a more diplomatic answer this time. No! You know what?
Mother's probably gonna kill us. Mother's probably gonna kill us. No.
I want to go to my freaking lake, okay? I don't care how much Mother kills us. I want to know. Besides, I know these guys aren't going to turn on me, but I know that the moment they submit it to Mother, I mean, she's dead. I'm probably dead. Whenever I have to lie to my caretakers, a terrible weight grows in my stomach. They treat me like family, but because of Mother, I have to walk on eggshells around them. Exactly! Tally the group together. We're breaking out of here, brothers and sisters and Auntie. I keep all those thoughts bolted up inside inside me where they just turn to mush. So often I end up forgetting the specifics of what upsets me, and it mutates into a formless puddle of lingering stress. Maybe if I'm honest with them, they might be more willing to stand by my side. They might just stop Mother from, I'm screwed anyway, but What if I start planning ahead?
Excuse me? I do not understand what you just said. Please clarify your statement.
Well, when I'm cured, I'll finally be able to leave the station. I never know which birthday is going to be my last. I always plan like I'll still be sick next year. Maybe I want to ask for something different this year. What if I want to learn more about the universe outside of the station? What if I want to plan out all the places I want to visit once I am better?
My dear little Fourth, Mother does not want you to worry about the outside. There are so many complicated dangers on the outside. If we start telling you about all the horrible, awful things out there, it will only make you sad. What is best for you right now is to focus on your health. Do not fill your head with unnecessary details. This is what Mother always says, is it not?
Aw, man. In that case, I don't want anything for my birthday.
What? Did we say something wrong?
What's the point of asking if the answer is always no?
It is going to be okay, Fourth. You just need to trust us and wait a little bit longer.
Little brother always keeps prattling on about how close we are to finding a cure. I just have to wait one more week, one more month, one more birthday. I've already figured out what they mean. My cure is never coming. They are just keeping me comfortable until I eventually die. And they have been doing an awful job keeping me comfortable. Every day I feel worse, and every day Mother gets more violent. Sometimes I just want it all to end. If I'm going to die, I might as well just... I can't afford thoughts like that. Not if I ever want to see my lake. I just want to eat the rest of my dinner right now. The caretakers stay totally silent while I finish my meal. My daily schedule is always the same. Mornings with little brother, meals with auntie, and the afternoons with big sister. The last thing I do before bedtime is my nightly medical checkup. There is no avoiding what comes next. The second I eat my last bite, dinner will end, and I will have to go see Mother. At one point, I used to eat my dinners as quickly as possible. I just wanted to get it all over with so I could spend the rest of my evening alone in my room. But after a while, I started eating slower and slower. Even if this happiness is fake, I want to exist in this moment for just a little while longer. I can pretend that me and my caretakers are a real family. Little brother will do something silly and I'll just roll my eyes. Auntie will say something weird to make me laugh, and big sister will fail to hide how much she really cares. A life like that would have been boring, but at least it would have been safe. I stare into their blinking electronic faces. Their screens all show happy little smiles, but their eyes are just as empty as any other piece of machinery aboard the station. Maybe if I keep forgetting, I can go back to a time where I believe that they actually loved me. The moment I finish dinner, they are going to take me away from this happy fantasy. Time to be a big girl, Fourth. You're going to have to face Mother sooner or later. I take the last bite of my caretakers all spring into action. Without another word, Auntie disinfects the plate and vanishes into her chute. I don't think that's a sentence. Maybe it is. Little brother hops off his stool and darts past big sister out into the hallway.
Fourth, it's time to go.
I let out a long sigh and try my best to ignore the angry buzzing growling behind my eyes. Growing. I'm ready to go see Mother now. Uh-oh. I can't focus. I think little brother is trying to talk to me, but his words don't make it all the way to my ears. I just stare down at the floor, forcing my legs to keep carrying me forward. Eventually, they lead me to an intersection in front of my bedroom. The door is coated with so many layers of dried brown blood that it nearly looks black. Other fluid splatters reach all the way up the walls, forming little stalactites of yellow crust. What? Dried brown blood? Ill? I don't know what the frick's happening, but someone needs to clean this damn station. Where the hell's my nurse bot? Every other part of the station gets cleaned at night, but not this place. I think the other caretakers are too scared to do anything about this mess. I see.
Enjoy your checkup, Fourth. Once you're done, I will escort you the rest of the way to your room. I'll see you tomorrow, Fourth. Good night.
Aw, big sister. With that, I am left alone. As I wait, my body feels cold and my heart is starting to hammer against my ribcage. If I tried to run, Mother would just hurt me even worse. Something is wrong with Mother. The caretakers won't acknowledge it no matter how many times I bring it up. I have no memory left of what she used to look like before she became what she is now. It's like something awful is growing inside of her, replacing what used to be my mother piece by piece. She might have been a robot long ago, but not anymore. Now she's just a monster. I hate Mother more than anything else in this awful station. If my life was just boring, I could learn to live with that. But she makes everything so much worse. There is nothing I can do now but wait for it all to be over. Ooh. Ew. Somebody call frickin' Exorcist. I don't know what the hell those sounds are, but In the ceiling above me, I can hear a horrible metallic scraping noise, accompanied by the tearing of wet flesh. It echoes through the empty corridors and makes my ears ring. Oh, I'm excited! I'm excited! I mean, I know I'll probably die, because I was an idiot and I opened my mouth during dinner, but I'm sure the other bots wouldn't rat me out. We're a family. We love each other. Mother grew too large to use the hallways anymore, so now she travels through the vents in the upper levels, dropping down through access panels cut into the ceiling? How the frick does a robot grow larger? Sometimes at night I can hear her slithering above me, screaming and laughing loud enough to rattle the walls of the station. Ugh! The shutters on the access panel slide away to reveal a gaping black void directly above my head. I can't see her yet, but I know she is there in the darkness. Thick rivers of pus and blood start pouring down through the opening, splashing onto the floor around me. Oh my gosh, what is growing on her? Her foul stench pierces my nostrils, and I do my best not to gag. I've learned the hard way not to let any trace of disgust show on my face.
There she is. My beautiful little girl. I was so worried about you.
I take a deep breath and try to calm down the fear welling up inside of me. Every muscle in my body is telling me to run, but I don't listen. Nah, neither do I. Let me tell you, I have no flight or fight. Like, if my body told me run, I'd be like, but why? Just a little guy. Hello, Mother. I know your time is precious, so I appreciate your presence this evening. Oh! Oh my gosh! Ew! Why does she have things? Why does she have flesh growing on her? That's not right. That's not a robot.
Oh, is that all you have to say to me? I was having such a wonderful day up until now. Doesn't my wonderful little girl have it in her to give me a proper greeting?
As her gigantic body coils around me, bits of her begin to fall off in large wet chunks. Something that looks like an engorged liver lands with a splat right next to me, spraying my leg with flecks of yellow bile. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to see you again. My good health is only possible thanks to your constant hard work. Thank you, Mother. I am forever in your debt. Mother, you're ugly, but also kind of cool.
It's a start if nothing else. You really need to work on your compliments, my dear Fourth. Am I not who you love most in the universe? You would have died long ago if not for me. I've saved your life countless times, and what sort of thanks do you show me? Did you have fun today? Breaking what your family worked so hard to make for you?
What?
Don't play stupid with me, little girl. Those toys that little brother made for you. He was so heartbroken when he saw what you did to them. Did you really hate little brother that much? That you spit in his face when he does nothing but love you?
No, Mother, I love little brother with all my heart. I just thought he was going to...
I don't want to hear excuses from you, because you can't appreciate what you already have. I am denying little brother's birthday request. As a fair and loving parent, I think that you shouldn't be allowed any new recreational materials until you can appreciate what you already have.
I've smashed my toys dozens of times, and Mother has never commented on that. She's just using it as an excuse to ignore little brother's request. I have to quell the anger growing inside me, or I might say something that really sets Mother off. Yeah, with all those freaking needles that are coming out of her, there's like 15,000. I would be like, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, Mother. I didn't think through my actions. I would do better to stop and think before I act next time. That was rather foolish of me.
Foolish? Such soft words for something so momentarily stupid. I want to hear you say it. Tell me what you are.
I'm a stupid little girl who should have known better. Damn, this is a toxic relationship. I mean, I should have known from the liver that was splattering on the floor 2 seconds ago, but
At least you're willing to admit it. I really have raised you well, haven't I? I couldn't help but notice something off today. Something was deleted from Big Sister's archives without administrative permission. You wouldn't happen to know what that was all about, would you? You can be honest with me.
Oh, please don't make me make a decision. I don't want to. She has to be talking about the hidden page I found on today's reading material. Does Mother monitor my activity in the library computer? I am not sure what you're talking about. There was an oddity with the page count, and I informed Big Sister about it as soon as I noticed.
Do you think that makes everything okay? Do you think that a mistake can be so easily forgiven if you just acknowledge that it happened?
No?
A mistake is always someone's fault. If it wasn't Big Sister's fault, then whose was it?
Mine. One of her medical arms moves closer to my face, until the sharp metal tip of the syringe is hovering in the front of my eye.
Speak up, child. You know I hate it when you mumble. Whose fault is it?
It's my fault. Entirely my fault.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Didn't I teach you that honesty is a virtue?
Yes, you did, Mother. You know, I had a totally different voice from Mother. When I was thinking about her, I was gonna make her like super robotic, but now that she has flesh growing on her, why doesn't she just have, like, why wouldn't she just have a human voice box in her as well?
Very good. You had a rather ugly little outburst at dinner tonight, didn't you?
Oh, Oh no, I mean, I knew I was gonna die, but I thought they would keep my secret. I had to swallow the lump in my throat when I realized that she was listening in during dinner time. Oh, mistakes have been made. I was just being honest. They asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I...
What's that? Be more concise when you speak. Try again.
I wanted to know more about the outside world. That's what I wanted for my birthday. Mother is silent for a moment, her body twitching and convulsing like she just ate something bitter.
The outside world isn't for you, my dear. Out there you encounter war, famine, and death. The people out there are cruel, and their histories are written in the blood of the innocent. You are safe in here with me. Your sickness could endanger the outside world. Do I need to remind you of the countless deaths that occurred before this station was built? Bodies piled the streets. Children wandered aimlessly as their parents' corpses were torn away by wild animals. The entire universe was at risk.
I heard this story countless times, and each time she tells it, I believe it a little less.
I don't want to hear another word about this. You are best kept isolated from things that could cause you harm. I know what's best for you. Isn't that right?
Yes, Mother.
Try that again. Make me believe it this time.
Yes, Mother. You always know what's best for me.
That's better. I knew you had it in you. It is time for your treatment. You know what to do.
I take a moment to study my shaking hands. Then I unbutton the back of my dress. Uh-oh, with all those needles, I'm not gonna like what I see. Oh, what happened? That is like puncture things right here on her back, right? Like needle punctures? Oh, look at her ugly mouth! Ew! That's what I'm saying. She probably has a freaking voice box. Oh my gosh. Mother slithers into position behind me, one of her limbs opening up to allow a series of needles to poke through. Where'd the music go? Oh, there it is. Fresh blood gushes out from this new opening, coating the mechanical arm in a shiny red paste. Okay. She says that my sickness causes a buildup of harmful fluids along my spine. If she doesn't drain them once a day, they can build up and cause nerve or even brain damage. I think not, but okay. Small rubber nodes rub against my back to help line up the needles with my spine. I take a deep breath through my nose and brace myself for the pain.
So many ugly scars. I wonder how you got them. It couldn't have been my fault. My instruments are far too precise.
Yeah, then who else is freaking breaking up my back?
Oh, that's right. You used to swim around when you were younger. You caused my needles to miss over and over. That's how it happened.
I can hear the mocking tone in her voice as she inserts the needles. While white hot pain shoots through me and my legs threaten to buckle, I can feel tears welling up in my eyes as my teeth grind against each other with enough force to hurt my gums. Okay, first of all, she's probably giving you that heckin' virus through your spinal cord and you don't even know it. If not, she is using your holy spine fluid to create a freaking body for herself. I don't know. The pumps turn on and cause a horrible sucking sensation, nearly causing me to pass out. I can see a vicious yellow liquid passing through the rubber tubes up into Mother's arm. Oh, I am yellow? Right as the needles are removed, Mother sprays a cooling medicinal gel across my back. The pain subsides almost instantly and I can feel the gel bubbling as it seals up the injection sites. I should be grateful since Mother doesn't always use the gel afterwards. She doesn't want to waste it on the undeserving, as she puts it.
Very good! You did a wonderful job. I remember how much you used to scream when I did this. You've come a long way.
Yes, Mother. Thank you for taking such good care of me. There is an uncomfortable stiffness in my shoulders as I rebutton my dress. The gel might have numbed the pain, but my body is still very sore.
All that is left is your medicine. Then you'll be healthy and strong.
A single syringe fills a pale turquoise. No, I almost got it. Turquoise. Got it. Liquid emerges from Mother's arm, and I help guide it into place above my wrist. A thick needle plunges into my arm and injects me with my medicine. I can feel it entering my muscles where it begins to throb painfully. I feel a little nauseous and fight the urge to vomit.
That's all for tonight. Your vitals are within acceptable ranges and you seem to have no major side effects manifesting. About your birthday tomorrow.
Yes, Mother?
It's such a strange human tradition, isn't it? Just because you were born on this day doesn't make it any different from any other. How odd. I assume you haven't changed your mind about what you want to waste your present privileges, have you? You were so vocal at dinner. Why don't you share what's on your mind with dear old Mother?
There's something about her tone that tells me she wants the specific response. The anger inside me wants to speak up, to tell her what I really think about this whole charade. But she has so many ways to hurt me. I put a hand on my aching shoulder. Last week, she stabbed me there for speaking back and took a large section of skin when she removed the empty syringe. I can't risk making her any more upset than she already is, no matter how badly I want to tell her off. I'll probably die if I speak up, but, I kinda want the drama. Can you die? I know there's a bunch of roots, but I feel like... Okay, can I save? Hold on. I can't save. Well, lucky for me. I'm gonna speak up. Tell her what you want to say. Screw this freaking robot. This I don't even know what that is. Gushy, mushy, fleshy robot. Exactly. My hand slowly clenches into fists. She can't keep treating me like this. Not if she expects me to say a perfect little daughter. Even if she hurts me again, I have to tell her what I want. I want her to treat me like a real person and not just a patient. I want to be kept in the loop about my treatment and to tell me what's going on outside in the station. I want my lake. I want it bad enough to stand up to her. Mother, what I want most of all is...
I don't need to hear it.
What?
You're boring me. Just tell me whatever you want, little brother. I'll deny it anyway. I don't have any more time to waste here. Good night, my lovely little fourth. Never doubt how much your mother loves you. I will keep you safe. You just have to trust me.
I'm alive? I'm alive! Okay. Gosh, she's so dramatic with her freaking exits. You done? Okay, she's gone. Before I can finish my thought, she is gone. As she squeezes back up to the vent overhead, she shed a few more sections of rotting flesh. A final wave of blood sloshes down from the vent right as it snaps shut. The blood lands in my hair and and drips down my face. Oh my gosh. I stand there too stunned to move at first. Boring. She doesn't even care what I want, what I think, or what matters to me. I stay rooted in place, covered in blood, fuming.
Hello again, my darling Fourth. I hope your checkup with Mother was both productive and fulfilling.
Yeah, it was. Yeesh. I'm going to die in this place. It doesn't matter if it's my mother's hand from the disease hollowing out my brain. I don't even have the energy to imagine an escape plan anymore. I can feel the weight of resignation slowly suffocating me as I walk back into my bedroom. I don't know what to do next. There are just too many steps between me and freedom. No way off the station, no way out of the living quarters, no way past Mother. No matter where I go or what I do, Mother is always watching. She is bigger and faster than me, and if she finds out I'm trying to escape, there is no telling what she will do. Even if everything went right, if I somehow managed to escape, what comes next? I escape just to die somewhere else? Am I really that contagious? If I find other people out there, will they just put me back right in here? Will they try to kill me? What if my sickness kills them first? This whole time, little brother has been talking to me. His words don't have any meaning. They just bounce off me and vanish into thin air. I can feel myself getting angrier and angrier the more he keeps talking. I just want him to stop, to go away and leave me alone for once. Before I can stop myself, all that bottled up anger climbs out of my throat and finally takes form. Will you just shut up already? When will you stop acting like everything is fine? How can you possibly be this stupid? Uh-oh. A chill runs down my skin the moment I realize what I've just did. I've never spoken to anyone with that much anger before. The words feel like poison coating my mouth. Not to my little guy! Oh no, I love little brother. He's just a little guy.
I'm so sorry, Fourth. I did not understand. Oh. I realize now what I did wrong. I am making you unhappy instead of happy. My only purpose is to make you happy. I will leave now. I hope you feel better in the morning. I'm so sorry that I failed you.
No, little brother, no! Wait, little brother, I don't have anything left supporting my legs, so I fall to my knees. There isn't enough strength in me to stop the tears. I kneel there on the floor, crying until the lights begin to dim. It's bedtime now. I have to put this awful day behind me and get ready for the awful tomorrow in front of me. I have to go about my nightly routine in the dark now. I brush my teeth and do what I can to rinse Mother's blood off my face and hair. I stand on the scale and let the machine take my vitals one more time. Once the scan is done, I stand by the corner of my bed, body heavy and my mind swirling with horrible thoughts. After today, I don't think I have it in me to pretend anymore. When I see little brother again, I will try to apologize, but deep down I have a horrible feeling that I won't really mean it. It felt good to be that cruel, to let all that ugliness I've buried come bubbling back up into the surface. I wanted to take out every frustration I ever felt out on little brother. I feel like a monster. There in the darkness, I can sense all of my options slipping away, all the hope I once possessed just draining out until there is an empty shell in its place. I am just a stupid little girl with a broken brain. A single word forms in my mind, fueled by the very last shard of my soul. I take a deep breath and release what is left of me into the universe. Please. Hello? Oh! There was someone else in the room with me. It's a faint, static-filled voice coming from somewhere underneath my bed. Hello?
Wait a second. You could actually hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who are you?
Are you alone?
Yes?
Alright then. Walk over to where you hear me and pick me up before the caretakers come back.
I follow the voice, lifting up my mattress to see what exactly is coming from. Yeah, can I see the picture, please? I can't really make a voice for them if I can't see them. Between my bed frame and mattress is a small pile of junk I've been collecting over the years. It's mostly stuff I didn't want Mother or the other caretakers to take away from me. My hidden trove contains a large stack of drawings, some stolen crayons, a stack of ripped dress fabric, a spool of thread, some of my fingernails. What? A few baby teeth. What? Why would you keep this? A screw that came from one of the kitchen stools and a broken tip of a syringe. Mother forgot to remove it from my arm. Okay. But then I noticed one more object mixed in with the rest of my stolen treasures. Something I don't recognize. A small piece of broken electronics about the size of my fist. It feels cold and heavy in my hand, and the torn bits of metal on the edges press into my skin. When did I find this? I tried to delve deeper into my memories, grasping at anything that might... That's when it all comes flooding back to me. Father? I used to have 5 caretakers, not 4. Little brother, auntie, big sister, mother, and father. The tiny screen... Do I have an uncle too? Damn, did I forget about the entire freaking family? The tiny screen in the center of the device comes to life. Do I have cousins? Bathing my dark room in an eerie red light.
Is that what you call me?
Let me see him. He just looks like 3 triangles. I mean, it just looks like a skeleton face. Father! I'm more certain now. This is what remains of Father. He and Mother used to fight all the time, arguing over the best treatments for me. One day, Mother couldn't take it anymore and she ate him. Is that what she did? It still doesn't seem real. For the longest time, I thought it was just a nightmare. Hold on, there's a picture going on back there, but I can't exactly put form to it. I can't remember why Mother attacked him, but I can remember her tearing into his body, spraying oil all over the walls with each bite. A piece of Father landed at my feet, and in a panic I hid it in my dress, taking it back to my room. Maybe I was foolish enough to think I could repair him. I was just a kid back then, I didn't know any better. From that day forward, Mother started changing. I'm certain of it now. That was the day everything on the station changed. Mother started growing. Because she ate Father? Damn. The other caretakers started acting differently too. As if they were scared of what Mother might do to them. Scared that she might eat them as well. Ah, that's why. Okay, I was gonna say we haven't done a revolution? Yeah, yet. I wish I could remember more about that day. About what had caused that argument. What did Father say to make Mother so mad? As hard as I tried, the details continued to elude me.
You called me Father. Describe to me what I look like.
What you look like?
Yes, I am very weak right now. My memory is still booting back up.
You are just a piece of scrap metal. Just some old electronics.
Could you be more specific? Could you identify any of my fictional parts by name?
I'm sorry, sir. I would try to be more concise. I see a directional microphone, a pinhole speaker, a neo-flash memory chip, a DSF amplifier, a quartz harpium radiation charge battery, and, I think a Dracon 7 accelerator, sir?
Not a lot to work with, but I guess I'll have to make do with this for now. I have no way to actually see my surroundings. Can you tell me who you are?
Have you already forgotten me? I'm Fourth. How much of your memory did you lose?
Fourth? You're still there? That's impossible. No one was supposed to. How have you been able to stay alive this long?
My caretakers, they have been treating my sickness all my life. I'm not exactly sure what you mean, sir. Father doesn't say anything for a long time. Just when I begin to worry that he broke again, he finally starts talking.
This complicates things. I didn't realize you were trapped here all alone. You must be very brave to survive as long as you have.
I don't feel very brave, sir.
Don't say that. Stronger people than you have run from far less. Mother, is she still broken?
Yeah, she's still broken. She keeps growing and she keeps changing.
This is very bad. At this rate, she could go critical any day now. You are in an enormous amount of danger.
Yeah, no kidding. It's freaking psychotic, man. Call an exorcist. Or a murderer. I don't know. Call someone who knows how to hack blood. A butcher. Call a butcher. Yeah, I'm aware, sir.
I'm going to get you out of there, Fourth.
Okay, how long is this gonna go on for? Okay, hold on. Maybe we're almost at the end of the day. What did you just say?
I said I'm going to get you out of this station.
There it is. The thing I've been waiting for my entire life. A chance. For the first time since I started dreaming, my lake has finally gotten a little bit closer. It might still be impossibly far away, but I won't let it get away this time. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
You are aboard the Quarantine Station 388SR. It was built to combat one of the worst viral outbreaks the universe has ever seen, but it was built too late, and the few who managed to get on board succumbed to their illness within a matter of months. People who built this station are all long dead. No one knows that the station is still operational, and they all assume it was lost or destroyed years ago. No one will come to your rescue now, so you will have to rescue yourself.
What about my sickness? If I leave, won't I just infect other people?
We can deal with that once you are safe.
Oh, so it's true.
You just have to put a little faith in me until then.
Okay, I'll try.
I still have to work out the smaller details of our escape plan, but I have a rough idea on how we can make this work. Construction was never completed on the lower levels of the station. Building regulations require a minimal amount of long-range escape pods to be available for workers in case of an emergency. So there are only 3 steps to this plan. 1, you get to the lower levels. 2, we cause an emergency big enough to activate the remaining escape pods. 3, we escape.
It can't be that simple. Even if there were escape pods on the station in the past, what if they've all been used already? What if Mother destroyed them all? What if...
You need to calm down, Ford. This is going to work. We just need to be careful. Can you be careful for me?
I think I can, sir.
Have the caretakers ever kept details hidden from you about your sickness?
Yes! They won't even tell me the name of my disease. They keep saying it's all unnecessary details to shut me down.
Do you want to know why they do that?
Yeah, I do. Yes?
It's because your sickness can greatly accelerate whenever you are stressed. It was a measure intended to keep you calm during treatment, but I have a feeling that it had the opposite effect. I will make you a promise right now. Once you get off this station, I'll tell you everything you want to know. Can you hold out just a little longer until then?
Oh, bribery. This is gonna work. Uh-huh. Yes, sir.
Good. Then we better get started. Okay, so I think you already noticed that I am not in the best shape right now.
Ah, so cute. Look at my little tiny papa in my little hand. Yeah, you fit in my hand. Mother ate almost every part of you.
It goes without saying that I lost almost all of my core functionality. It's already taken me this long just to reboot to my current state. If I had to guess, I'd say that I'm running at probably 5% of my normal capacity. Maybe even less than that. But we can change that. The first thing I need to do is plug myself into the station's system. Then I can try to gain administrative control.
Are you sure you can fight Mother in that tiny little saint? Can you just imagine he tries to like firewall fight her and she's all like, plink, because he's so freaking tiny?
With that, I could turn off cameras, unlock security doors, maybe even reactivate the elevators to the lower levels.
That sounds great. How do we do that?
Well, I can think of a few ways. Do you know where the living quarters admin station is?
No, I'm sorry, sir.
Aw, damn. Give me a second to pull up some blueprints.
Well, I can compare it to my tiny map. I can, like, get something. What does that word mean?
What word? Blueprints?
No, that one. Dam. Isn't that a structure to hold back water? Oh, water. Water?
Do you not know what swear words are?
Honey, hold on. Let me show you. Oh my gosh, Father, please. No, sir. Oh my gosh, they've been teaching you to be a little
It's something you say when you're really upset to express frustration, pain, and patience. Never mind, I'll just put that on my list of things to teach you once you're
free. Yes, Father, yes, Father. I'll be cursing like a sailor by the time you get me out of here. Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, they're lots of fun. Let's focus, alright?
Yeah, cursing really brightens up somebody's day.
The admin station should be right next to the atrium on the port side of the living quarters. Can you reach that?
Well, I could if my bedroom door was unlocked.
Let me handle that. You just plug me into the maintenance panel and I'll be able to open it. If you give me a few minutes, that is. Once the door is unlocked, you just need to carry me over to the station without any of the caretakers noticing. I'll put myself to the system and then we'll be cooking with gas.
And then we'll be cooking with gas? Cooking with what?
Oh, it's just a figure of speech.
I was gonna say, you're gonna make me a meal? I was excited there for a second. For a moment, I tried to picture myself leaving my room at night. The possibility of sneaking out has never once crossed my mind, since the doors have been locked every night for as long as I can remember. Maybe we'll bump into, like, Big Sister along the way. Get her to join our cause, you know what I mean? What happens if one of the caretakers sees me? What if Mother sees me? Just thinking about it, I can feel my body start to tremble. I don't know if I can do this. You said there were a few ways you can gain administrative access? What are the other ways?
Well, you could plug me into the maintenance panel by your door and just... I guess let me try to remotely hack it. That would take a hell of a lot longer and we wouldn't have admin access until tomorrow morning.
Hell?
Another set word. Don't worry about it. If you think you can afford the time, then you don't have to take the risk. I would prefer to have admin access tonight. That way, I would have time to really dive into the system and plan our escape route. On the other hand, the escape plan won't matter if you get caught. I'll trust whatever decision you make.
You will?
Of course. What else can I do? Grow legs and just walk away? You have all the power right now, boy.
What am I gonna do? Fly toward the administrative panel? I do, don't I? It's strange to hear a caretaker speak to me like this. To actually trust me. I can feel a genuine smile growing on my face for the first time in a long time. Father?
Yes, Fourth? What is it?
Thank you. Not just for helping me, but for treating me like a person.
But you are a person.
Yeah. I had almost forgotten.
Okay, then we should get moving. What do you think we should do?
Wait a minute. Is this already the beginning of the next part of this? No, we'll leave it here. We'll leave it here because I've been recording for like literally almost 2 hours. It's been like an hour and 40. I don't know. Okay, well that was Mother's Favorite. If you like it so far, then please tell me down in the comments below if you want to see more of it. That will really like encourage me to get this done faster because it's kind of hard for me to get around to doing playthroughs. I really love all the characters. Like there is no complaint anywhere. I mean, this thing is perfect. This thing is already off to a great start. So anyway, if you guys want to see the playlist one for the books, which will be probably where I put this one, or probably in its own playlist, then you can click on the playlist on the screen now. So yeah, thank you ladies and gentlemen for coming to my masquerade, and I'll see you guys next time. See you later, masqueraders!